Hello, welcome
Hello.
everyone. How's everyone doing? Good, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Well, welcome to session 109 of our D&D campaign. Today, we plan to have some fun, I guess. Yeah, everyone good? Ready to go? Got drinks and food up and all that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Alright, you've all been fooded. Good. Right. Well, in that case, let us begin. Last we left off, when we last left our heroes, they had just returned from the Shadowfell, a region of space decimated by the passing of the planet-born dead, hundreds of years ago. While there, you found a machine of some sort, where a citizen of Crane, the planet now drained of life, had transported his consciousness into the device. After repowering the machine, the party met the Cranian, who introduced himself as Epic, who, after sort of working out that he was the last of his kind, potentially, he had decided to help you. He took you to a military base, guiding you around the lab that he used to work at, which was built into a bunker underneath the base. And there you saw evidence of a portal having been built by the Cranians, and the signs of a significant attack on them from shadow demons. After Epic downloaded all the information he needed from the lab's computers, you returned back to Ersterwald, where you teamed up with Sax, after going to the Orcs of Orovisi, to build Epic a new body, while he and Aaron go over the data they recovered from the lab. As you rested in Aaron's tower, Chinook, you had a strange, rather realistic dream involving Sabira and a baby who had fallen under Hakul's influence. Was it a message? Was it reality? You're unsure. As you wake up in a sweat the next morning, you see Bet turn over and look at you and say, "Oh, hi, Chinook." As the kettle boils, she's making a drink for herself. Did I wake you up?
Shonik is just staring into space. Just kind of... No. Everything's fine.
Eh.
Everything's... fine.
Very well. She goes back to making her tea. Erin comes down, dressed in a sort of quite nice silk robe, well rested. She says, welcome everybody. Hope you had a nice rest.
Yes.
Yep.
I had such a wonderful night's rest.
What's the matter, Chinook? She says.
Nothing. Everything's fine. Just, the usual baby with a mouth sewn shut dream.
Oh.
I'm not super familiar with dreams, but is that normal?
No, Scripture, I'm being sarcastic. It was not normal. It was the complete opposite of normal.
Was that like Shai's baby or?
No, not Shai's baby. Hakul was there.
You had a dream about Hakul, Erin says. Quite, like, sort of beginning to sit down in her armchair.
Yeah, I think maybe he sent it my way. Possibly.
Like a warning?
Maybe.
Or a threat, rather?
It involved some information I didn't expect him to find out about so quickly. We really need to get to the Feywild soon.
What information was it, Chinook? Erin says.
About someone who's very, very important to me.
Are you sure it couldn't have been your consciousness? Sort of your subconscious mind?
Perhaps it's...
I mean, you were
Didn't
talking
seem
about
like
going
a
to the
normal-
Feywild.
It didn't seem like a normal dream, though. It seemed so real.
What? How realistic?
Like, to the point where I couldn't tell I was dreaming, like I had woken up in the night and needed a drink.
Scrimshaw, didn't you have a dream like that? Aaron says. Or it's sort of something you couldn't tell whether it was real or not.
Yeah, it was a little while back now. I woke up in Erstelwald. Went out, saw Tail. He touched my chest, seemingly gave me that mark. Do you remember that mark that I had a little while ago?
Is that still
tiny,
there?
It's a tiny little remnant, but mostly gone.
Yeah, most of the pain sort of quickly subsided, and it just sort of left a small little scar.
If anything, that doesn't make me feel any better.
Yeah. Next thing I knew, I was just back in bed. Well, back in the chair, not back in bed.
No, that doesn't make me feel better at all.
Dreams have a lot of power, Chinook. I'm not sure whether it's something that comes from within you or Hakul, but it definitely means something.
Either way, we need to get there fast. I need to make sure she's alright.
I would recommend patience, Chinook. You don't know whether Hakul's trying to get you into a trap or...
He might have sent that so that you could lead him to her.
He didn't... As far as I know, he didn't even know she existed.
Who is this person?
Her name's Sabira. She's... the reason I'm here. Someone who means a lot to me, and... it terrifies me that she could be harmed.
Is she your girlfriend or your sister or your mum or something?
The former, I would say.
Your mum?
No, the former. That
Your
would be the
girlfriend.
latter. That's the one.
Wait, your girlfriend's your mum?
Oh my god. We do it differently in the Feywild.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, why haven't we heard about her until today? You like to talk about the Feywild very often. It seems weird that you wouldn't bring her up.
Do you want me to submit a whole, like, tome's worth of reasons why not to bring her up just yet?
You know,
As far as I know,
maybe
Hakul
top
was
2 or
watching
3.
me. As far as I knew, Hakul was watching me, and if I brought her up, then that would just be placing her right into his hands. I didn't bring her up because I had to give the illusion of a mission, at least. But that went out the window.
So you said that she was the reason you're here. Just the reason you gave us a reason before. Was that not true?
No, it's true, but before I met her, I was more than content working for Hakul. I had every access to anything I wanted. Vast libraries about different worlds, free space to be as creative as I wanted. But I had all of that, and my mother brought me up to basically worship him. And then I met her, and I realized that what was happening was wrong. I couldn't let it spread to her. I just couldn't. So when I heard about you, I lied to Hakul about hunting you down for your elder box. I needed you. He needs to be stopped. If he extends this past the Feywild, well then, it would just be misery, oppression.
Do you think he can?
Maybe not me, but I know someone who can. That Archfey I mentioned before.
Okay.
Usually just curious.
Sorry?
Sorry, what was that?
No, I'm just
No, I didn't hear you.
the
Sorry.
first time I think I've one of the first times I think I've heard you be so serious, Chinook.
Well,
Yeah. It's usually a mix of terror and coping mechanisms.
Yeah, but
And loud screaming.
and laughing around.
Well, yeah, coping mechanisms.
I mean, there's a lot to be happy about and a lot to be scared of and a lot to find joyful. But well, she's everything to me, and if she was to be gone, I don't think there'd be much else to laugh about.
So is she capable of looking after herself? Maybe, obviously not, going toe to toe with Hakul, that's a bit unrealistic, but is she like you or I, or like just
Not quite.
a regular, well, maybe not regular in some ways, but you know what I mean.
She had some level of ability, all they do, but certainly not to our level.
This Archfey you mentioned, Chinook. What do they go by? What's their name?
Arenfoth.
Erin sort of stands up and goes over to one of her bookshelves and starts looking through the books.
Gideon will join her.
You see Erin goes over to a section of books which is like on the Feywild. She's maybe got 3 or 4. She doesn't have like a massive collection. But she
An underappreciated topic.
rather, yes. You do notice one of Chinook's books is on the is on the bookshelf. She doesn't pick up your book. She picks up a rather old, dusty tome. She says, well, this one is before the... This one was written before the Lavari Empire fell. If Aronfoth is mentioned at all, he'll be in here, I guess. And she starts looking through it.
He did battle with Hakul quite a while ago.
Ah, yes, here, Aronfoth. She like opens the book to a page that's written in like a very old, sort of long form style of Elven. And she takes out a magnifying glass and starts looking at the things. She says, Aronfoth. Well, he's written here as some sort of trickster. It's written by magisters who have only really heard about him after his fall. So this much of this might be because of Hakul's influence, but it's said that he's not a very particularly nice guy. You should be careful, Chinook. These Archfey, they're powerful.
Oh, I know.
How'd you know Aaron Thoth?
I did some research. I needed to find someone powerful enough to deal with Hakul. There was a family who I believe had dealings with him to hide from Hakul. They're dead now.
It says here that Aaron Thoth was imprisoned somewhere below the Shining Sea in the Feywild. I think, yes, I think that's probably your best bet if you're going to go look for him.
Should be able to find him from Cat's Shore.
Below the sea, so... do we... Oh, you alright,
You
Mona?
okay, Mona?
Fine, sorry.
Mona just choking on breakfast.
I guess we're gonna need some way to swim then. Anyone got anything prepped?
Maybe not. The Feywild is subject to change.
Is it actually a kind of swimming sea, or is it like a strange Feywild metaphor sea?
There's water. There's water.
There's water.
But like Chinook said, the Feywild, it's based on subjectivity, I guess. If you feel like you won't be able to breathe under there, then you probably won't.
Man,
Think
So if you
greedy
just-
thoughts.
So just think you can breathe, you can breathe.
It's not about, I think, what you believe, but that's along the lines.
It's something to do with emotions, feelings, all manner of things. The Feywild is shaped by your mind. Well, everyone's minds. Your subjective experience will probably be different.
Is the Feywild... Now, forgive me if this is a stupid question. But is the Feywild real?
Of course it's real.
Or is it just like a
I spent
dream?
all my life there.
Or is it just like a dream that everyone can access? Because it really sounds like the latter.
Does that
I
mean Scrimshaw can't access it because he can't dream?
I think it's more. Whereas Epic's land had magic but didn't know about it, I think it's closer to a magical source than this world.
Yes, I think consciousness interacts with magic on a level that we don't quite understand yet. But in the Feywild, it is fairly well understood, and even if it isn't written about, it's sort of known about by the people who live there. But I suppose you can only find out by going.
Yes. Or making a pact with an archfey, which is a terrible idea.
Well, you've already made one.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
But if anything, that means I am probably the most accurate voice on what actually goes on here. It's shit. Don't do it. Don't make my mistakes.
So do we need to prepare to swim or not? What's the verdict on that?
No, you can breathe under the water here.
There.
Well, Chinook was saying about going to some cove. Maybe you'll learn there.
Okay. I mean, look, this isn't my problem. If you guys start drowning, don't say I didn't tell you.
Perhaps
Oh, I can just walk on the water, so I don't need to swim.
sometimes the Feywild, when you look at it from one angle, there is no path, and sometimes when you look at it from another angle, there is a path. Maybe when we go to Couch Shore, it'll open a way for us, and we won't even need to swim.
Are we banking on that? I don't know how reliable that is.
You're asking me about the reliability of the Feywild.
Well, yeah.
It's not reliable at all. There are no hard facts. It is just constant change.
Well, doesn't sound like it could go wrong.
Don't say that! No one should ever say that! That is... Oh, something's gonna go wrong now. Ooh,
Well, I suppose
Right.
that
I'm fine.
if there's
Then
not going
relax.
to be a better time to do it than now.
Exactly.
We've got at least a few weeks of fixing Epic up and going through this data.
Well,
Alright.
seeing as we're going to the Feywild, perhaps it'll be quicker for us.
Yeah.
Maybe someone grows a beard in our time away. Anyway, we should think about going.
Yeah, let's head off.
Okay. Right then.
Do you know where this lake is? Can you get us?
It's about a day's travel from Hakul's palace.
Is that where we're gonna be going?
No! If I get this right, we shouldn't land there. We should land somewhere else.
Yeah, because
Let
that
me
could be
just-
very bad.
Actually.
Yeah! But I also have the teleport spell. If we land there, I could just be like, no, 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 and teleport to my home.
Okay.
I trust you on this.
Great! Responsibility! Yay! Chinook's gonna kind of... Are we doing this inside, or...?
Do it here if you want, if you wish.
Okay. Chinook's gonna sit everybody down. Well, everyone who's going. And, he doesn't produce a tuning fork because he'll explain that his flute kind of acts as one specifically for the Feywild. And he sits down and he begins playing a kind of a vibrant tune. And before long, autumn leaves just kind of appear out of nowhere and kind of just fall to the ground around us. Kind of green energy shoots out from the flute and surrounds the party in a kind of circular motion. And it sounds as if the music surrounds you as the energy does so. And eventually the energy dissipates and we are no longer in the tower.
Okay, as you feel the feeling of being magically transported, whisked away, it is a fairly comforting ride. The leaves that surround you seem to almost carry you through the magical portal, like on a bed of autumn leaves, and you appear in a blink of an eye in this old ancient forest many of the trees having lost their leaves, and the few that remain clinging on by a sort of a hair's breadth. As you land, you sort of land in the middle of this sort of stone circle that has these interlocking archways that all go around over the top of it, with these ancient elven sort of influenced runes which glow and sort of like move in the air around you. You see like the occasional drop of snow, not too heavy, but just like the occasional snowflake falling from the sky. But at the second it hits the floor, it sort of just like disappears, almost like it. And when you reach out and try to grab one, it just doesn't seem to really like. It's not cold at all. It's fairly warm. But around you is a sort of a mass of just living. It almost feels like energy. There's vines, there's bushes and branches that all weave across the floor around you. The occasional flower that sort of pokes out through the mass of undergrowth that's around you. It's very bright. It's like blues and oranges and reds. And it sort of almost hurts your eyes to look around because it's just so busy and bustling with life. Birds singing in the trees. And then... sorry, hang on. My housemate just said something. Anyway, yeah, birds bustling and singing in the trees. You look around, and there doesn't seem to be anything with really around you except for just this like bustling life.
Shunnock's gonna take one long, deep breath in through his nose and just kind of smile faintly. It's good to be home.
Does the air taste different?
It tastes almost overwhelmingly natural. You know, like when you go into nature and you breathe fresh air.
Mm.
It's like that times 10. It's like there's no smog in the air. There's no scent of urine or like the bustling of a city that you might be used to. Or even in the Oostwood in Tarsat never gets this intense.
It's like unnaturally natural.
Yeah, it's almost like someone's taken like something and decided to draw like this this woodland scene
It's like
that is just way overboard.
It's like made a perfume called Ode to Nature and just sprayed it over everything.
Yeah. And around you there seems to be like these sort of half open what seem to be like flycatchers that seem to have this like purple soup halfway down them that's like bubbling. There's a few of them around, and they get quite large. Like one of them is about maybe 10 foot across.
I'm assuming we're supposed to stay away from those. Kind of pointing at one of them.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
What's inside them? Kind of like pokes it slightly almost.
Don't do that!
It's sort of like so as you poke it, it sort of like jiggles like a jelly, and the liquid inside sloshes, and this sort of like quite sweet smell, almost like treacle, comes out of it and hits your nose.
Oh, that is overpowering. Man, I almost miss bread here at this point, or VL. Pungent swamps, not better than this. This is a bit much.
To each their own, I guess. City kids. Right. From where I am, can I see like where Hakul's palace is?
You can't, but you know the general direction. You know of this waystone, and you know that Hakul's palace is about half a day's trek north.
Right. Hakul's palace is half a day's travel north, but that should From there, I should be able to gather where to go and find Ironforth, but I need to find Sabira first.
Okay. Just a quick one though. There's no chance that we're being scryed on or that Hakul knows we're here, right?
Possibly.
Okay, I'm gonna take your lack of a response as slightly unnerving. Action. He kind of starts flicking through his spellbook as we kind of walk, thinking of a spell to kind of maybe
Wait.
mask us a bit.
Weren't we years ago gonna get some of those amulets that prevent us from being scryed on?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Erin said she'd make them for us, so she never did.
To be fair, I think she offered, but we didn't have the gold at the time.
Yeah,
No, we already paid for them.
Did we?
Yeah, because we went back in that when we had more gold and paid for them.
Huh.
well, sometimes she forgets if you don't ask her.
Well,
Bit late now.
yeah, probably should have.
Well, there's only wouldn't be enough for everyone anyway, right?
I mean, there's always been 5 of us at least.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, if we had commissioned them at some point, then there'd be 5. Actually, wait, Gideon, don't you have? Did you have one? Someone had one, right?
Yeah, Erin had one.
Was it just Aaron that had one?
Yeah, I
think
don't
so.
remember having one, and even if I did,
Oh.
I probably would have lost it between now and then. I'm not gonna lie.
Wild time at university, then.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you begin walking through the woods. There's a sort of like half-trodden path that Chinook guides you all to stick to. Deviating from the path seems unnecessary. It seems rather difficult without like clearing your way through like bushes and overgrowth and vines. But as you walk past the trees down this path that sort of cuts through the land, you see the vines and the bushes and the trees all seem to almost like turn in your direction, almost like they're watching you as you walk past. The old bark of the tree sort of creaks as you go past, and after a few minutes of walking, it's rather like Gideon. You look down, you notice a couple of the vines that was sort of like slowly reaching out to like almost try and touch you as you walk.
Is that normal?
It depends what your state of mind is like.
Yeah.
Asking, is that normal in the Feywild?
I don't know. I was just like wondering. If,
Yeah.
You know, trees being alive is just a thing that happens.
Yeah, well, yeah, they are alive, and they do have like more of a conscious life than in say Orchid.
Chinook, I swear to God, if these things keep on going for me, this forest is gonna get lit up like a red dragon would.
Hey, be calm. It's fine. They're not
Ha-
going to harm you.
I mean, Gideon like lets one almost like touch him.
Yeah, it sort of just like slightly touches you and just like caresses your leg. One of the thorns that looks like it's really sharp. As you sort of let it scratch you, you realize that it's like sort of made of rubber, and it sort of just like harmlessly. It feels like it's made of rubber, and it harmlessly sort of caresses you.
Okay, well, there was one that was okay, but that doesn't mean all the other ones are gonna be fine.
Just be calm as we'll go through this. Everything will be alright.
All right, what order are people walking in?
I imagine I'm going first because I'm leading everyone.
I imagine so too.
I'll
Who's
go at the
next?
back.
I'll stick.
Okay.
I'll stick next to Chinook.
I guess I'll go behind Scrimsh.
Then Gideon, then Mona.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you spend a couple of hours walking down the path. After a little while, the path begins to open up into what seems to be like a road. However, the actual stones on the road seem to be made of a sort of like gravel type substance that, as you as it crunches beneath your feet, you realize it's made of glass. And this whole road, which is becoming a bit more of a main road now, as the trees begin to die off and you begin to enter sort of fields. It's all made of sort of multicolored, different colored stained glass that's all like shattered and on top of each other and has been worn down by the elements, so that it's easy to walk across.
So it wouldn't like cut your feet up if you walk barefoot.
No, because just like how it's probably been here for thousands of years.
Right.
And it's all sort of smoothed over now.
Yeah. So maybe at some point it would have, but would have.
In front of you, after maybe a couple of hours of walking, as you get onto this glass path, there is this like quite large bush just sort of situated in the middle of the road, quite out of place, to Chinook, and it seems to like move in a slightly strange way, almost like something's behind it.
Okay.
It's like when you activate your disguise in just a really stupid place.
Yeah. It's like Fortnite.
I was just thinking that.
I was more thinking the Snorlax in like Pokemon.
I was thinking
Metal
Metal Gear Solid with like the box.
Oh
People
god.
There's
are
a
just
big
like
exclamation mark in front of all your heads at the moment. On top of all your heads. Chinook, this is strange. This is something that you've not seen on this road before.
oh,
This is some...
bush of knowledge.
Give us your wisdom.
May we pass?
As you stand in front of it, are you saying that?
Yes.
Okay. There's no response, but you do realize that after a couple of moments, as you sort of get a bit closer to it, it sounds like it's snoring.
Oh, it is Snorlax.
Should we just?
I kind of prod it with a stick.
Ow! You hear as the bush like rustles slightly. It says,
Come now, it wasn't that hard.
"You woke me up."
Well, yeah, you're kind of blocking our path.
Oh, your path is it? Ah, well, I didn't realize you were the master of the path. I'm sorry. Let me get out of your way. You see the bush like rustle slightly as a few leaves falls off it, and then one by one the roots sort of like snap from the ground and like it like uproots itself, and it sort of like begins to transform into like a bush. It begins to sort of uncurl itself, and it looks like a bush that's in the shape of a cat with two like berries sort of for eyes, which sort of like prod themselves out of the face, and it sort of looks at you all and goes, you are the master of the path.
What is that?
It's a cat. What do you think it is?
I think my minute.
It's
What's
definitely a
the
cat with
master?
eat.
What's the master of the path?
Well, you announced yourselves as holding its power, so I am only there to respond to it. You are humbly welcomed. And he sort of stands aside.
I nod at him and carry on my way.
Okay. As you walk past, it sort of like looks at you all go past and says, hold up just a second," and it begins like plodding behind you.
Oh, by the gods, what now?
You're going to the Black and White House, Business with the Devourer, eh?
Perhaps.
I can hear your thoughts. You should think less loudly.
Well, maybe you should try not to listen so well.
You are the ones that woke me up. I didn't wake you up. But never mind. I am Alfen. I live here.
Can we have that in the chat?
Yeah.
Cheers.
is not how I was expecting that to be spelled.
It's literally my reaction anytime Mike puts the name in the chat.
It's like, it's George.
George. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Well, it's just continuing following you.
So, is this like a cat that wants to ask us riddles or something?
You can ask Alfwen yourself.
Hey, Alfwen.
Yeah.
Do you do riddles or something, or
Well, what kind of riddles do you want?
No, I trust. I'm not necessarily after a riddle, but it's more I don't know, like, is that your thing, or like, what do? You just live?
I live, I drink, I enjoy many things. Life above all.
And are there more of you?
Are there more of you?
Well, I mean, there's no quite like me, but
Right, well, you have your answer.
I like this guy.
I mean, it's more beings of your particular biology. Not like
My
you, but-
biology.
Yeah.
Sure, you see the woods. Many beings with similar biology to me. But life does not require biology, Life requires song. Life requires dance.
Finally, someone who gets it. Chinook just kind of says, just kind of breathlessly.
So much desire for vengeance. It's bound to attract.
From who?
In kind.
Right. So are you gonna follow us all the way?
Yeah, until I know where you're going.
What happens when you know where we're going?
I make a decision.
To follow us more?
No.
To kill us?
I feel like if
No.
he wanted to kill us, he would have tried so already.
No. A lot of money the Devourer would give me for turning you in.
Yeah, you what now?
Good thing I care not for gold, huh?
Gideon like swaps places with whoever's in front, so that there's like at least two people between him and this creature.
So you swap places with Roxanne?
I guess so. Roxanne, just watch my back.
Always.
And you? Are all of the people in your world so big?
No. No, I'm considered one of the biggest.
Wow.
I mean, look at these. They're the normal height.
He's compensating for something, is what I'm hearing.
Shut up! No, I'm not. We've been over this. I have
Well,
big height, big muscles. I'm really strong.
Well, the smallest trees dig the largest roots.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Well,
No,
Did you need-
I don't think that's actually true either.
truth. Heh. You have lots to learn, wooden man. Well,
I mean, if there's no
Um,
truth, then how can you learn? Anything that you learn would be both wrong and right, so no information would be any use.
Well, do you care about the truth, or do you care about your reality?
I mean, if there's no truth, then you can't know anything. So there's no
Oh
point in
no.
learning anything. And
They're doing it
What's-
again. There's
what's-
another person who's making sure to do the thing. Stop him, please.
Well, you're all so serious. Well, this is the most entertainment I've had in a long time.
when was the last time you were entertained?
I'm entertained a lot, but this is the most. Are you just gonna let him follow you behind?
I guess so. I don't want to hurt him or anything or go against him. He just seems like a gent. Really.
How big is he?
Probably about 5 foot across. It's like a bush, almost like cut into the shape of a cat, and it's just sort of moving. Every time its paw sort of hits the ground, you see all the roots sort of like suck it into the ground slightly.
So it's
Just
like
gonna-
one of those like hedge carvings that people
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like put like just kind of like walk alongside Chinook, just kind of lean over and just kind of whisper, Is this okay? Should we force cage him and run?"
No, you deal with it. It's fine.
So is he just with us now?
I guess so.
Has this happened to you before?
Oh, hundreds of times.
Okay, well,
We're in the Feywild. I
None
grew
of-
up here.
none of them are still following you, so
Oh, yeah. Sometimes they go. Sometimes they die horribly.
because of you, or
Let's keep moving.
okay.
All right. So you continue on. He says, "Hope that the House of Black and White isn't too scary for you."
Nah, it's cool. Nothing's too scary for me.
As you've begun walking now for a few hours, you have noticed that the woods around here seem to be a bit duller than they were in the heart of the wood that you sort of teleported into. The brightness of the leaves and the grass and the flowers in the fields seems to have been dulled down. There's more greys in there.
Are the vines still trying to go for us? Or less
Well,
so?
you've sort of entered into a bit more of a field now. So it's a bit of a hilly field with more grassland. So there's less vines. But the grass does sort of do the same thing, where like every time you tread, it all seems to be attracted to you, and it's like sort of almost like ties itself around the bottoms of your feet.
So, Chinook, what happens if you like set up a camp somewhere? Do we just get like eaten up by the ground?
No. People have been making camp in the Feywild since, well, people were in the Feywild.
And how long
I
have
mean-
people been getting eaten up by the ground?
It happens less than you'd think.
How much do I think?
I don't know. You can answer that.
Well, judging by this, I don't know, 50-50?
No, you won't be eaten up by the ground.
Hey, Alpha, why is this place not as vibrant?
Here. Well, the house of the Devourer is up close.
Huh. This is the same devourer that wants us for money or something?
Money? No. He would give me money if I asked for it.
But what do you want?
I want to see what you're doing.
Fair enough. Huh. Well, it looks like maybe we shouldn't be going this way, Shunik. You sure this is the right way?
I'm positive.
You do realize we're heading towards, I mean, House of the Devourer doesn't exactly leave a good taste in my mouth.
Yeah, it does sound kind
We-
of sinister.
And here I thought we were the Clive Five. We tend to go towards the danger, not away from it.
I mean, I didn't even know if there's such thing as towards or away here, to be honest.
Welcome to the Feywild!
That's your answer to
Well-
everything.
If the Devourer sounds a lot like who we've come for.
Okay.
And quite frankly, judging by the state of these woods as we come closer, the more and more I'm convinced that this is who I think it is. Which means we're going in the right direction.
Say,
Stop being so anxious. It's fine.
Say, Alphen, why is this guy called the Devourer?
Hmm. Long story.
We've got time.
Well, the Devourer is not good. Not really good. Not good for us. Woodland folk.
I take it this is his doing.
Yes, he
What'll
is.
what'll happen to you if you linger around here too long?
Hmm. I can linger a while. His influence does not stray far from his house.
So you can. Would it be fair to say you could visit here but not live here?
Mm-hmm. Same as you.
Does he? So it's not just plant and plant adjacent beings that he seems to devour the life of.
Not the life.
Energy,
Just the fun,
fun.
the creativity, the birds singing in the trees, hedgehogs snuggled within my roots.
So it's not that you couldn't live here, but that you couldn't. It's not that you couldn't survive here. It's that you couldn't live here.
Yes, not live. Which is not a place for me.
And if you can't live, what's the point of surviving?
Right? It has been worse recently.
Oh. Why is that?
Mm. Spreading.
Is this Devourer's influences spread further?
Yes. Yes, a few miles at least.
Why doesn't the Archfey and other houses deal with it?
Hmm. They tried.
Well, that fills me with hope.
Long ago. Before me. Before I was even a sapling.
And how long have you been around? I mean, obviously Feywild time, etc.
Sure, I don't know. As long as I've needed to.
Do you have seasons here? So, I don't know, 10 springs or whatever you want to call it.
Different parts of the Feywild at different seasons.
I see. Actually, guys, have you already noticed this creature speaking common?
Yes, I speak common. I speak lots of languages.
What's the best language that you speak?
I like common.
Oh.
How did you learn common?
I get visitors.
Is common not what is generally spoken in the Feywild?
Some people speak it here.
But if there was like a signature language of the Feywild that most people speak,
I imagine Sylvan, right?
Yes. Not used much anymore. Not since. Well, not since the Archfey.
since the Archfey,
Since they went.
what do you mean? They went.
Since the Devourer came.
Wait, so the Devourer came and devoured all the Archfey?
He got rid of them.
Where did they go?
All over the place.
So they just got rid of them from this local area, or got rid of them from the Feywild?
Well, there's 4 big ones. The one that was part of Autumn here. He now lives under the sea.
Do you know much else about him?
I do.
What can you tell us about him?
It was much better when he was in charge. I don't know. That's what the elder trees say. They're the ones who have the memory for it.
Hmm. I shall have to talk with one of these elder trees.
Well, you're going in the wrong direction for it.
Hmm. There's someone else I need to talk to first.
So is he, this Devourer, has he only been devouring the fun from the world since he, well, was put under the sea, or left to go under the sea, or however he became
Oh no,
under
the Devourer is not under the sea. The Devourer is in the Black and White House.
Oh, right. So is the Devourer another Archfey, or something else?
He claims to be.
I don't think he is at all.
Why do you say that?
I don't think so either.
I think he's the one we saw in that temple back in the Basalt Isles.
Why do you say that?
Well, they certainly look alike. Got the trademark sneer.
D-
Sinister look in his eyes.
Wait, you've met this Devourer?
If he is who I think it is, then yes, I've met him many times. I don't want to speak his name here because, well, who knows what will happen. We give things titles here. Lessens their impact. Sometimes increases their impact. Saves us from having to name them.
Well, from now on, I'd like you to all refer me as, like, I don't know.
Slayer of all things.
Well, I mean, shouldn't we have our own titles, and so that we don't accidentally start saying each other's names?
Yes.
That
You
sounds
can-
like an idea.
Elfin says, well, we've got Big Man, Wooden Man. It looks at you.
Fey boy.
You can be small, man.
Hilarious. Even though I am literally the same size as the rest of you, apart from Roxanne.
Yeah.
It's about
What
how
about-
you feel inside.
Thank you very much. I feel very big, actually.
Well,
Did a woman tell you that in your university?
Shut up.
Alphen goes over to Morna. I'll call you nimble.
Well, thanks.
It's not a compliment.
Okay.
Wow. Oof.
And finally, you're already from here. It turns to you, Chinook. You probably already have a name.
I do.
Well, that's less fun.
You
I'll
can
call
come
you.
up with-
I'll call you scared.
That's accurate.
Wait, so you have a name here too, Chinook? God, shit.
oh, Gideon.
I'm just gonna glare at Gideon very angrily.
Yeah, Chinook or shit. What's your name? What's the name you go by here?
I feel like that's worse.
Is that what we're going using
I
then?
tend to go by Golden Tongue here. It's because I have a golden tongue, like literally.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
That must make food taste really strange.
Oh no, it's like a normal tongue. It just happens to be made of gold.
Apparently gold actually doesn't taste of anything, so I've read, because it's inert. It's actually very used for its non-reactive properties.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, Scrimshaw. Anyway.
Oi! Stop saying people's names!
Oh, damn it. Shit,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
damn it.
Roxanne.
Shut up, Warner. Well, he knows all of our names now. Great.
Day one in the Feywild. Everyone knows all of our names.
Good thing
God.
I don't care about that.
Yeah. Girl, where's a cleric with modified memory when you need one?
Alphen sort of like goes to the front of the group of you and sort of says, "I'm not sure what you want in the House of Black and White, but you will only find sadness there."
Well, that's great. Maybe we can liven things up.
So, you have come to what? Be killed?
Apparently so.
Might go that way.
We've come to help you. Well, not you specifically, but people like you.
Very well. He stands aside as you sort of rise to the top of a hill and look down over a shimmering sort of azure blue sea, where there's this sort of rocky outcropping on this like large cliff, where as you sort of look over the last couple of miles towards it, all the grass goes from this sort of like dullish green all the way. It just looks like a sort of black and white, almost like a crudely drawn sketch of a palace. It's sort of like that rises from the top of this cliff. It's very blocky, almost like a brutalist style building, made entirely of sort of like a checkerboard black and white pattern. All the rocks all the grass, or even the air, seems to lose all of its quality as you sort of look down upon it. Alphen sighs and says, it has got worse.
Certainly looks like it. Wasn't this bad when I was here? I need to find Sabira soon.
Yeah, that's who you are thinking of. I trust she's not there.
Well, that's good at least. Would I know whereabouts she? I assume I'd know whereabouts she lives, right?
There's a small town, probably another couple of hours walk away, where she lives.
Well, we should probably start looking there.
So we're just going to ignore this devourer character, I assume.
I need to make sure she's safe before we do anything. I had an unfortunate dream, and I worry for her safety.
All right. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, the town that she's nearby is more on the way to where you were going anyway. So.
Yeah.
All right. So you continue down the path, bypassing Hakul's palace. Yeah, Chinook, obviously you haven't seen it in a long time. Before, it did still have some vestiges of sort of greenery, but you haven't been back in quite a while. You'd spent quite a while in Orthaid and travelling around, and
Yeah. Chinook
So-
just kind of thinks and laments of older days.
and so you continue down the path until you get to the town that is just down the road. There's maybe about 6 or 7 quite brightly coloured shacks around a central sort of like meeting point, like a crossroads. There's like this inn which seems to be boarded up and shut, and the people that are around the town seem to be like keeping to themselves, whispering to each other, especially as you approach. Sort of, you notice a few of them sort of go into their houses and shut the doors.
What do they look like? Are they like...
They're a Eladrin.
humans?
They're a Eladrin. So
Fair
like
enough.
they have mostly like auburn, sort of bright orange hair, in sort of quite fanciful patterns. Although like a lot of their clothes, you can tell once upon a time they were a lot better dressed. Now they're sort of wearing like almost similar, they're sort of wearing rags at this point. And they're sort of whispering to each other in Sylvan as you approach, and most of them just disappear into the house. You know Sabira was in the inn last time you checked. Last time you heard of it from her.
I go over to the inn, and I knock on the door, I guess.
Yeah, you notice all the windows and doors are boarded up. It seems to be abandoned. You knock on the door. There's like a shuffling from behind, and this old Eladrin that you don't recognize opens the door. He's sort of like got a sort of quite braided beard, like sort of like a goatee that's quite long, and sort of pale white hair. He opens the door and says, "Yes," in Sylvan.
I reply in Sylvan. I'm looking for Sabira. Do you know where she is?
He looks around and says, "This is a dangerous time to be asking for such names."
Indeed, but I would. It's the danger. Precisely why I need to know she's alright.
He looks around. He's quite panicky. It's like twitchy. He says, Hmm. This, the stitched ones. They took her a few days ago.
Where?
What do you think?
Chinook just kind of balls his fists so tightly that the nails just dig into his palms and blood starts trickling down.
Sorry, can't help you with any more. And he shuts the door.
Fuck!
Good news?
No, not good news. They took her.
Oh, where to?
I just point to the palace.
Oh, of course. Couldn't be anywhere else other than the scary black and white castle. I mean, it's fine.
It's the opposite of fine. It's. This feels like a trap. Does this feel like a trap to you? This feels like a trap.
Oh, it's true.
Shonik starts pacing back and forth.
Hey, pal. We're gonna attract a bit of a scene if we pace around in the middle of this town village thing like this. Should we maybe, I don't know, devise a strategy away from prying eyes?
Is the cat still following us?
Yeah, he's currently just drinking out of some barrel of something. Like,
How
you
does
see-
it drink?
Well, there's like this big leaf that sort of comes out of his mouth. And he's just like lapping up some water from this open barrel.
I love that. That's adorable. Fine. We need to keep moving anyway.
Okay, well, I mean, we can go down the alleyway and have a few moments and recollect thoughts, and then go to do something. Maybe the palace. I feel like it would be a bit silly just to walk up to the front, but
I feel like that's exactly what Hakuo wants us to do.
hey, are we not supposed to be using his name?
Sorry.
I mean, you don't have to apologize to me. It's
I'm stressed. It's... He would want us to do that. There's no other reason he would have just taken her. He's trying to get at me. He's trying to get me to falter and go through things and do things without thinking.
okay. Well,
Which means we don't do what he expects us to do. We have to keep moving.
and what? Go straight for I don't want to use his name, but the autumn demon thing, Feywild
He's
person.
not a demon, he's an archfey.
Okay, autumn archfey.
Looks like the plan. I don't want to... It would be walking right into a trap if we just went straight to the castle.
If we go, we have to be ready.
Exactly.
Well, how do we get past the castle without being, I don't know, like, I didn't see any particularly, any feature we can just kind of hide around and go to the sea or whatever.
I imagine it'd be a way, right?
Yeah, it's a path from here to the coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick to the plan.
Hey, kind of looks at Alfwen. What do you like with Feywater?
What sense?
Well, we're going that way. I don't want to get leaves wet.
Hmm. I'll be okay.
Oh yeah, sure, because it's all the way how you think it is.
It's a good thing to tell yourself.
Hmm. Anything you want to do here, Sherlock, before we move on?
I don't think the locals would let us do much else. They don't seem to be very happy we're here. I kind of look around. Like, are there people like watching us? Or
Yeah, as you turn around, you notice that a few of the shutters up on the top of some of the houses are closing. Clearly, people who have been watching through the windows, and the second you notice them, they shut the windows. They shut the shutters.
Yeah, let's get going.
Elfwine, you mentioned that the Devourer would pay good money for us. Is that specifically us?
Well, I could, like I said, you were thinking very loudly. I'm sure he could hear your thoughts too.
Right, everyone, quiet thoughts. Quiet thoughts.
Hmm.
Should we take a break here?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, we'll come back in 15 minutes. Do you want to think of this, Richard?
All right.
Think of this.
See you in a bit, Russian spammers, if you're still there.
No, they're not.
Very firm.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Hi.
Right, well, just before the break, you had entered the Feywild, meeting a strange bush cat creature called Alven. Seems to be some sort of spirit fey of the woods. Following you around, asking you questions, and you asking him questions. When was last known about. However, you got there a bit too late, and Hakul has apparently whisked her away to his spooky palace. So, what's the plan, everyone? You notice that the sun's starting to go down now, and it's the clear sort of autumn sky. You see loads and loads of stars beginning to pierce through the sky, quite brightly. And you notice that even though it's dark, getting dark, like the sunlight, the starlight is enough to sort of like guide you around. It's not like pitch black.
Head to the coast.
Sure. We can always camp there.
Well, how long have we been? Oh, how long have we actually been awake?
Pretty much all day.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, no, you've been awake for about maybe 6 or 7 hours actually. It's just that you got here and the sun's starting to go down now.
All right. So we've got a while left if we want to continue.
Yeah, if you want to travel through the night, you will probably get to the coast, Cat's Cove, which is what Chinook mentioned. Probably another 5-hour walk.
All right.
You
Yep.
should get there by the time the sun starts to go up.
How about we head down there and then maybe scope it out, then take a nap?
Sounds good.
All right, so you continue on. Alphen plodding behind you. You hear the sort of like of his roots sticking into the ground behind you and sort of uprooting himself everywhere he walks.
When does that hurt?
Hurt? No, I wouldn't do it if it hurt.
That's fair.
I find it fun.
Just uprooting yourself every time you want to step.
Well, when I'm having a rest, my roots go a bit deeper. Then it's a bit more uncomfortable to get around. But when I'm walking, it's mostly for grip.
How does it work in the sand?
It's been a while. I don't remember.
Well, you're still alive, so that's a good thing. So the sand won't just straight up kill you.
No. Do you need to eat every second of your life?
No.
Then I don't need to root myself every second of my life.
I don't know if that's how science works. I say in Feywild. I'm becoming more like you guys.
Is that like a swear word here?
Science.
It
oh
is-
god, it's the worst.
It's talking about science here, like talking about astrology.
It's kind of like talking about science here is about like talking about air.
Like, oh, you're not talking
Like,
about that
it
science
exists,
superstition.
but no one cares about it.
It's like, oh, you're not one of those people that believe in that science shit.
Oh, no,
Superstition.
Science is a very real thing. It's just we acknowledge that everything scientific is open to change here. There are no hard facts. At least here. Maybe in other realms, sure. But not here. In fact, probably the only constant fact is that there are no constant facts.
That makes me uncomfortable. I want to leave. I want to leave as soon as we can.
Most people don't get that chance.
I enjoy knowing the rules of the world. If they can't be known, then that's yeah, unsettling.
You can probably know them, but they'll probably change in the next hour. That means you can carry on looking for it.
It's not the pursuit of knowledge that drives me for this.
Well,
The pursuit of ever more obsolete knowledge.
it should never be the destination, Scrimshaw. It should be the journey along the way.
Well,
When
yes,
you're
and
learning
knowing the rules of the world facilitate my journey.
While you're learning things, you're actively growing. When you finish learning something, you're not growing anymore.
I grow whether I learn or not.
Do you shrink
It's
when the things that
figurative.
do you shrink when the things that you learn become obsolete and useless?
No. The growth isn't so much about the knowledge, it's about finding new ways, building upon yourself. Knowledge, in a sense, as far as I understand it, is second nature. It's secondary. Sure, your goals are your goals, but in the end, your goals are secondary to what searching for those goals does to you.
Well, I have to say that I've never cared much for knowledge.
Anything?
Well,
Oh, okay.
for knowledge.
It seems to be that it just seems that's your catchphrase nowadays. It's I never cared much for this. I never cared much for that. I don't care much for this. What do you care about? I'm curious.
I've explained already. I care about life. I'm yet to work out whether you stand for that or not.
I certainly stand for that.
Alright, so you continue on to the coast, following the glass sort of pathway that is led out for you. Once again, traveling through fields. A lot of the fields seem to be like maybe has like 7 or 8 foot high, like wheat, or like grain of some sort, blowing in the breeze. The starlight sort of shooting down upon it is making it look, it's sort of like it's catching off it, and you notice that the wheat or the grass, the grains itself look very sort of golden, almost like they're reflecting. They sort of shimmer as they blow in the wind. Alfen says, I don't like how they do that.
Why?
Planting. It's not natural.
Yeah, you're gonna have to try that one again on me.
Planting. It's not natural.
Right. Did anyone manage to translate that?
It's not natural for him. Also, it's probably not all that natural for the Feywild if you think about it. Everything's in constant change, so things tend not to stay in one place. Well, for very long, that is.
I see. Well, okay, what do you propose we, what could it mean?
I would take it that that the Devourer is stagnating the Feywild. He's devouring the creativity, the joy, evolution of things, devouring their essence in a way, and reducing them to singular forms.
Well, if that is the case, then entropy is a pretty powerful tool to. I'm just trying to figure out how it works in normal terms, but Gideon. I mean, that's not my name. Gideon's sake.
Little G.
No, Gideon's sake. That was it's an insult of where I'm from. I guess that doesn't really make sense here.
Well, put yourself in my shoes.
You don't have shoes.
My roots. All right. So continuing on, after a good couple of good 4 or 5 hours of travel, the sun properly goes down, and you see the bright starlit sky shining down upon you all. It seems to everywhere seems to just be quite like a fairly dim light. It doesn't seem that dark at all.
Morna's
Alphen
favourite
said,
term.
What's that?
Morna's favourite term. Dim light.
Yeah. But after a little bit longer, you crest a cliff and you see below a sort of cove, a beach, hidden off the main track, at the bottom of a cliff that you're sort of looking over. In the middle of the beach, you see a long stone sort of pier of some sort, built on a solid foundation of rock. It extends out into the water. And below, the night sky lit as azure blue sea chops at the grey stone foundations. You see white foam splashing up the 20 or so foot walls to the top of the pier. At the end of the pier, from where you are, you see a golden sign of some sort attached by a post into the rock. Alphen says, "If the sea is what you seek, then it is here. But I would prepare yourselves. The Devourer does not wish to be toppled this day or any day. He protects this beach with many evils."
I'd say we go to sleep. Tackle this in the morning.
Is there any chance that, the Devourer knows exactly where we are and will come and do something while we're sleeping?
Oh, certainly.
Not his style, though, maybe?
The Devourer does not leave his house very often.
I know, but the unspeakable horrors that he commands.
I think you'll be safe. He's never come for me.
All right.
All right, so you're gonna take a rest, are you?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Well, who's gonna do watches?
I'll do 'em.
I'll do one.
You can do one.
Okay, who's going first? Two of you.
Gideon can.
I'll go with Gideon.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you want to talk about whilst you're doing your watches?
Not explicitly, unless Chinook has anything.
Chinook's just gonna kind of silently stare out at the sea throughout most of it.
Okay. Make a perception check, both of you. Or one with advantage is your choice.
We can do one each if you want.
Yeah.
Just opening up my shit now. Taking its time. Perception.
All right. So, Gideon, just being in a completely new place, it's quite hard to really stay vigilant. the sounds and the sights are all they're familiar, but they're also slightly different. And you are very distracted by sort of like glowing insects. Looking out over what seems to be an endless ocean. The sea itself seems to be sparkling in a strange way. Even the white foam as the waves hit the shore seems to act in a almost lifelike way. Like it lives and breathes, almost as if it is a living creature of its own. But Chinook, throughout the night, you keep watch. Nothing comes for you as you all begin to settle down and rest. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay. With anyone?
I just realised that's
Oh,
Oh, right. Do you want to go? Yeah.
think-
Do you want to go with Roxanne then?
Yeah.
I think if we want to do 4 watches, we have to stay solo at this point, right?
Well, just you 3 is fine. Alfen can do one with Morna, and then we can just say that's fine.
Okay, sure.
All right. So perception checks. One with advantage or one each, your choice.
I've got +0.
I will do one with advantage. Oh.
Nope.
Well,
Okay. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Nothing comes to mind.
so we need to work on this name because it's definitely
Oh.
going to come up and be an issue.
Yeah. So I was thinking.
We've already done it 3 times now.
Yeah. So I was thinking, for you, big man. I think that's fine.
Yes, that's granted.
I mean, wooden man. Yeah, people have called me that before anyway, so I'm fine with
Yeah, or we could call you Coaster.
that.
You just have drinks on your head.
I think I'm okay with wooden man.
Oh, okay.
A little less demeaning.
I guess.
Chinook, he did say golden tongue, but I don't know. That seems a bit
Weird.
much,
like that.
right?
I don't
Seems
like
a bit.
that.
Feyboy.
Feyboy. Yeah.
Feyboy.
I think Feyboy is better.
Okay.
Feyboy. And for Gideon, damn it,
Bridget.
Bridget.
Oh my god!
I was trying to keep that one really quiet.
Brought it back.
It's been staring at us basically the whole time.
It will never die. It will never die.
What about Morna?
Hmm.
Broody McPunchface.
Huh. Death girl.
Deaf girl. It could work, I guess.
Lil M.
Little M. Yes. I like it. Little M.
No, not little. Lil M.
Oh. Sorry. My apologies.
I hear that's how the cool kids are giving their performer names these days.
Mod is just
The
a
young-
rapper now.
The young Goliaths have been giving each other names similar.
Okay,
Right,
so
well.
we've got Big Man, Wooden Man, Feyboy, Bridget, and Lil M.
Yeah. Sounds like a really cool band.
Yeah. Oh, that's the point actually. Do we need to change our group name as well?
Oh yeah, we don't want them to know who we really are.
Live 6.
What about Big Man and Friends?
You know, let's put a pin in that one. Just
I thought it was
and right off in the corner of the board. How about...
What about the children of Orphade?
Works, but it does also instantly reveal where we're all from.
That's true.
We
I
could
mean,
throw
would-
we could throw people off and call ourselves the Cranians.
Okay, Russian spammers. Sorry, ignore that name. That's a bad name. Ignore that.
Hey, Ukrainian.
Stop throwing away our
the,
family.
the new Ukrainians.
Oh, the new Cranians! I love it.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait. If I wonder if Epic is maybe granted a lordship somewhere for his services in the defense of the planet, would he be able to rename that area as maybe New Crane?
No,
Maybe.
no, please, no.
All right. So moving on.
I mean, just as a slight side comment, there's a lot of creativity going on here for when we're basically sat next to a place that sucks creativity.
It's extracting it. It has to draw it out of you first to be able to extract it.
Okay, well, now that we have the names,
Yeah.
we'll in the morning we'll let everybody know what their new names are.
Yeah, just tell them.
And they have no choice. No choice. It's been decided.
Okay. The as of now, the new Cranians have new titles.
Yes. And hopefully we won't accidentally slip our real names again.
Yes,
But we probably will.
probably.
And it'll probably be at a really bad time.
Probably in front of that guy.
Yes. That one. What happens if I say my name is something like Chinook? Does that still be is that still a problem? Or is that just a problem with him?
I mean that's that's a word you shouldn't be saying, but I don't know. I don't know how it works. I feel like he would already know all our names anyway, right? They're not that
What our
hard.
real name?
Yeah, like they're not that hard to find out.
Yeah, we have said them multiple times already.
And like, I mean, they're common knowledge.
We are
Northgate.
pretty things.
It wouldn't take a great deal of,
But
spies
maybe-
and the like to find those out.
But maybe news from Orphe doesn't reach the Feywild. He has no idea who we are,
Maybe it only has power if we say it here.
which we have.
Or maybe it doesn't have any power whatsoever, and they're just fucking with us.
Yeah, maybe Chinook's been fucking with us this whole time about this.
Yeah, it's trying to get us all anxious about like, oh yeah, don't say your name. People will mess with you.
Roxas
They'll
just
have
glares
power
over at
over
Chinook.
you.
Sleeping body.
Chinook is smiling in his sleep. He always smiles when he's sleeping.
All right.
Kind of creepy, actually.
Well, hopefully tomorrow is the first day of the new Cranians.
Oh, God.
For fuck's sake!
How to get a stream shut down. Anyway,
By Putin.
By-
All right. So the rest of your night watch goes well. No one seems to attack you.
Okay.
Which is good.
No one seems
next
to
up-
attack you.
Yeah. Well, only mentally. Right, Mona.
Yeah, just wake Morna up and just like, oh, your name is Lil M, by the way, and then go and shut down.
Okay.
Do you want to give a perception check for me with advantage because Alfen is here as well.
26.
Alfen sort of is just looking over the bay. Says, haven't seen the sea in a long time.
But you live so close to it.
Yes, but I'm a bush. I don't move very much.
That's true. You've moved quite a lot today.
Yes.
Why are you so interested in us?
I am interested in many things.
But what about us?
I think you are interesting.
Any reason?
Well, I've explained. I don't know what your end goal is.
I don't really know what my end goal is either, to be honest. I sort of just come along for the ride.
Hmm. You're blending in perfectly then.
Yep.
Well, where are you from?
I don't know if I'm supposed to be sharing this information with you.
Well, you know where I'm from.
That's true.
You've been in my house.
I've been in your house.
Yes.
Okay, I'm from Erd.
Erd. A name I've heard many times. Met many people from there, but never been.
It's not that interesting.
No. Probably not. Not compared to here.
Not compared to here, that's what I mean.
Oh. Oh, look, it's daytime. As you look up, like the sun, like as he says that, you sort of like have a slight change in perception, and you look up, and the sun is now shining, and it feels like just a second ago it was dark.
Alfred's just a god. Change the weather at whim.
Well, you better wake up your friends.
I go and wake up my friends.
Okay, everyone wakes up. You've had enough rest to wake up, to have a long rest.
Oh, it is day. Hello, day.
Good morning, Ukrainians.
Excuse
That's,
me, what?
Did you have a good sleep, Feyboy?
That's not my name.
Yes, it
Well,
is now.
that's the point.
I refuse. Why is my name Feyboy?
Me and Scrimshaw had this conversation last night. We
Yeah,
renamed everybody.
But
Yeah,
why though?
Because you're a boy and you are
Me and
from
Scrimshaw had this
the
conversation last
Feywild.
night.
But why are
Damn
we
it.
changing our names?
Shit! Did it again!
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
me and Woodman had this
Yes,
conversation.
wooden man.
Wooden Man.
You do know, instead of giving yourself a title or changing your name, you could just instead say, "You may call me X."
But that would get confusing if we're all X.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid, Feyboy.
By X, I mean your name. So
Wait, so the name- Wait, so the
whole
name
point
doesn't.
of it-
Wait, so the name doesn't actually have power. It's only getting tricked into giving them your name.
The name has power. It does, but only when and your name will always have power. And when you give your name to someone, then they have power over you. Your name will always have power, but it's always your power until you give it.
But you can accidentally give it.
You can accidentally give it, yes.
Yeah, so it's just easier for us to use fake names.
Or you could just say, "You may call me Roxon."
But you're.
But I'm.
Sorry. No, but you're Feyboy.
Yeah, and I'm Big Man.
I'm staring at Gideon, like eyes wide, like were they always like this?
Let me guess. My name is Bridget.
Yep. got
Yes, it is.
He just like throws up some like nuts or something in his mouth and catches it, and he kind of like whilst lying on the ground, just like casually accepting the fact.
I am in hell. I am in hell.
Well, the sooner that we get everything done here and can get out of this place, the sooner you can go back to not being referred to as Feyboy.
I'm not Feyboy. I refuse.
That's the point.
No, I am not going to be called Feyboy.
What do you mean, Fable? That's your name.
2 seconds. Shonak just kind of like reaches into his bag, gets like some just kind of like a big like just kind of like one of it like one of the pillows that he would have used for like camping and the like, and just screams into it for a solid 5 seconds.
Everything okay, Fable?
Everything's all right, and I'm not Feyboy.
The Fayboy sounds cool.
Ah. Let's look for our. Let's look for that archfey.
Alright. Where's the entrance to this thing?
Well, if we go to Cat's Cove, which is where we're at, right?
Yeah, think so.
We should be able to see away from here. And I just kind of like stare daggers at the sea.
Yeah.
Well, there's the pier.
But
There's
does
a
that...
sort of sign on the end of it.
I go over and read the sign.
All right, you're gonna have to climb down like into the cove though.
Yeah, I do so.
Sure.
Okay. Making your way down the side of the cove, you end up on the beach. The sand itself is very soft. It sort of is almost like kind of springy. Kind of feels like wool.
Is this sand that can't be used as pocket sand? Too delicate on the eyes.
Well, if you reach down and try and grab a handful of it, you notice all the sand is like connected.
Don't,
Weird.
Wait. Well,
Ugh.
like
don't touch the sand.
like strings.
It seems to be just like a quite springy surface that looks like sand.
It's like a sponge.
Yeah. Yes, no sandcastles here.
Huh.
Right. Let's get a move on.
Yeah.
I say just kind of
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
give off the air that I'm calm while walking down here.
Fayboy, the sand's broken.
The sand's not broken. It's not even sand. Keep a move on. Don't think about it.
Okay.
All right, so making your way down the pier. Towards the end of it, you get closer and closer to the sign. It seems to... The pier itself seems to extend maybe about 15 or 20 feet out into the water. And the sign itself seems to be a compass of some sort, it pointing into 4 directions. It is situated within some sort of metal ball, and seems to be floating there. But the arrows pointing into the ocean says something in Sylvan, which Chinook you read as punishment. And the directions to the left and right don't have any labels on them. And then the direction going back down the pier and back onto land says retreat. And as you get closer to the sign itself, there seems to be this blue gem in the center, which as you walk closer and closer to it, seems to glow brighter and brighter the closer you move to it. And when you sort of are right up to almost touching it, it's glowing very brightly. And there's this high-pitched hum, which seems to have like a sort of shimmering sound, like a tee. It's like a strange calming ambient tone, almost like some sort of like... I don't know if you've ever heard those singing bowls. There's like Tibetan singing bowls. It's like that, and it gets louder and louder the closer you move to it. The blue light coming off the orb is revealing 4 locks on the signpost itself. 4 like keyholes, which seems to be for 4 different keys.
Wonderful.
4 directions, 4 keys.
I don't like this at all.
Well,
I don't think we follow the directions unless we go directly into the sea.
I can just walk on the sea.
You could run on the sea.
Yeah.
Well, you notice as you sort of Gideon just curiously sort of going up to it, and the closer you move your hand to it, the more higher pitched it's humming.
okay. What happens if you literally put your ear up to it?
If you put your ear up to it, I mean, it's quite loud.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you haven't. I assume at this point none of you have touched it yet, but you're assuming something might happen if you touch it.
I will touch it.
Okay.
Bravely.
You stick your hand up,
Not really.
touch it. The humming seems to get higher and higher pitch and louder and louder until it's sort of without goes beyond your range of hearing. And then there's this sort of like bassy like as this sort of pulse wave sort of shoots out of the thing as you touch it. None of you are affected by it, but you feel it sort of like going through you, and it seems to be like this sort of like pulse of magic that just sort of like morphs its way through your body and then shoots out over the sea, and you hear the echoes like banging off the cliff face around you. Shinnok, as you touch it, you sort of feel a bit of a chill roll down your spine as looking behind you, you see a number of spirits begin levitating out the pier. They seem to be like dressed as warriors, old Eladrin warriors of some sort, but like with this sort of like spiritual gluish glow.
It's party time.
They're organized into squads, and they seem to be marching down the pier towards you. Each squad, there's four squads that seem to have appeared out of the stone itself, and they are marching in a sort of column formation, at the front of which each squad has some sort of captain who seems to have some key, different colors around their neck. This is a situation you see.
Do they seem to be marching aggressively or just sort of approaching?
They have their weapons and shields drawn, and they're just marching towards you. I suppose it's time to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, dark mode. That's new. I didn't realize but dark was it?
Yeah, I've turned it off. I don't like it.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah.
Let me just see if it looks better on the stream. Maybe.
2. Look at that.
I don't like change. I'll
Nice.
turn it back.
Natural 20s. Does everyone roll initiative now?
Yeah.
I have.
Okay, right. So, Shinnok, you immediately begin to see a number of squads of spirits rolling towards you, marching in order. All of the spirits seem to have their mouths stitched up. They seem to be bound in service to protecting this place on behalf of Hakul. What would you like to do?
Upon seeing that, Shinnok's gonna fly into an angry rage, and he
Hey,
is
barbarian.
yeah, you barbarian. And he is going to throw out a synaptic static.
Where?
Here. So that's a 20-foot cube or radius, I think.
Okay.
So that should be all of those in that column.
Mm-hmm. And the commander of the next one.
Yeah.
What wisdom? What save is that? Is that wisdom? Or
Hang on.
I think it's intelligence, right?
It is a DC 21 intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Right. Well, fail. So both captains fail, and all the spirits fail.
Okay, so they all take 24 psychic damage.
Okay. Just doing it one by one. All right. So shooting out synaptic static, you notice that it immediately begins to interfere with the spirits that are marching.
And then I am going to bonus action inspire Roxon.
Ah.
Roxon, you are inspired. Is that a D10?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, those guys do. Yeah, they take the D6 thing.
Yeah. It's fine.
Where's my haste?
I just used my action. Ah.
Ah! Give me my haste!
Okay, is that your turn, Chinook?
Yep.
Alright, Mona.
I'm gonna walk up here to the captain and gonna throw some punches.
Alright, go ahead.
Yay, crit.
Nice.
Extra one. That's fine.
That hits.
Oh, sad times. And then,
Short bow.
oh, I clicked the wrong one.
Just do damage on the frosty fingers again.
Okay.
Is that hits? Okay, yeah, you begin punching the captain. He seems to be hurt. You notice as you're up close to him, the key that seems to be around his neck seems to be like embedded within his chest. But it's just because he's sort of transparent. You can see it glowing out of him.
I move back.
Okay. All right, Roxanne.
I can't make it there, damn. I'll just go to here. And rage.
Rage.
Can I hold action?
You can hold an action or you can take the dodge action. It's your choice.
I will. What does dodge action do again?
They have.
disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Thank you. I was going to explain
That
that.
might well be useful for the coming assault. So yes, I will take the dodge.
All right, you're dodging. Okay, cool. So that's you're holding it. All right, Gideon.
So there's keys coming on these fellas' things, and does it look on the panel that on the kind of compass dial that there's like anywhere to put a key?
Yeah, there's 4 keyholes.
Okay, I see then. Okay, Gideon's gonna move forward a little bit, and he's gonna cast Firestorm.
Fuck! Okay.
So was it 10? The area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish within 150 feet. So,
Yeah.
I guess like 1. And hold on, let me just make sure 100. What's the difference? So yeah, all basically 1 on top of all of these groups.
Okay.
I think they have to be, the faces all have to be touching, right?
Yeah, they have to be touching.
Okay, in that case, well, I can probably. So hold on, like 1 here.
Like, can you see this?
Yeah. It says up to 10
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
10-foot cubes.
6.
Well, can't you like
7.
Hold on, it's 10 foot, isn't it? So it's like a.
Yeah.
So
this is what it's-
it's 10 foot on a side rather than 10-foot
Yeah.
radius.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine then. That'll do.
And
see.
then so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
That I can't think of a better way to do it. That makes sense.
Could get one more out if you.
Wait, can't we like
shift-
move these ones
shift
up
this
here?
one.
So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah.
so those top 2 there go. So I just hit the damage and see what.
Yeah, roll the. So do they need to do a dex save on at the start of their turn?
Each creature in the area must take a dex save. It's just now.
It's
And
basically
it's
like,
just like a flat damage spell kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah, it's like fireball, but you control exactly where it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything flammable is there, it's ignited, but like I doubt it.
No, they're sort of incorporeal. All right, so the captain's rolled 18.
Okay. The DC, my spell save DC is 18.
All right, so they just pass. So is that half damage?
Yeah, that's right. That'll be
So-
18.
Okay. And then the other one's failed.
Yep. So that'll be 36 on the rest.
All right, so these are all dead.
You took them off the tracker.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
but the number's still there.
Oh yeah.
That's for the other command.
Alright, okay.
I will add him because this was after here, right?
Yeah, it was before me.
So as your firestorm rages, you see them just like sort of dissipate all around. It's minus 36. But these ones at the back haven't been hit by the synaptic static, so they aren't quite dead yet.
And other than that, I mean, Gideon kind of ends his turn, I guess. I
Okay,
don't think he
cool.
needs to move anymore.
All right. Let me just. Sorry, hang on. I wish there was like an easier way of doing this. But alas, there isn't. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could just highlight a group and then go minus X.
Yeah, roll 20 needs to update that. All right, cool, brilliant. And does that stay around?
I don't think so. I think it just ignites. It's not
Instantaneous.
concentration.
Fine, cool.
so- Yeah, instantaneous. And obviously, I don't know where our new leafy friend is, but I hope.
He's behind all of you.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so it is the warriors' turns. They begin floating upwards. Okay. All right, so that's going to be 4 attacks on you, Rox.
Okie dokie.
That is 27, 29, natural 1, and 27.
They all hit, but the natural one.
All right, cool. So 7 slashing damage, half to 3,
Yeah.
plus 1 necrotic.
Yeah.
8 slashing damage, half to 4,
Yeah.
plus 6 necrotic.
Sorry, what was it? 4 plus 6.
Yeah. 14 slashing damage, half to 7, plus 3 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then. Okay, and then these are going to move up. And this one's staying back here.
Oh, the yellow one moved up with its group.
Yeah, I moved it back. Scrimshaw.
Okay, so going to fly out to. Hang on. Fly out to here.
Is this on the carpet?
On the carpet, yes. And I'm going to cast Cone of Cold.
Nice.
So that's to here. Just getting the. So that should get everything in that.
Alright, roll damage.
Okay. Oh, I wish I could leave that there. Okay, con save. Ignore the 5.
Okay, so these ones are all gonna die. Bonk. Bonk. Yeah, you notice that as the commander dies, there's a one of the keys drops where his body was.
Cool.
This one minus. Okay, and then this one's dead. And then these ones survive.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah, all these ones that were on the back have taken a lot. They're
Alright.
looking rather hurt.
Cool. That's it for me.
Okay, cool. All right, Chinook.
All right. I'm going to. I'm gonna run up here. What's the range on this? That's 120 feet. So I should be able to reach these guys. I'm gonna throw out another synaptic static here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no. Here, actually. So I can get this other captain at the back.
Okay. Roll damage.
Sure. Synaptic static. Not as great.
All right. These ones are dead. That's 23. And then minus 3. Okay.
Is that guy still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, he managed to dodge the ends of Scrimshaw's kind of cold.
Ah, okay.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Mona.
I'm gonna go to this one here and punch it.
Mhm.
Just 21 hit.
21 hits.
Cool.
All right, like yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
We're fucking rinsing these guys.
Did it die on the first one, after 3?
After the second one.
I'm not
Okay.
seeing the.
Yeah, they're both
spirits
gone
on
from the tracker now.
Yeah.
Well, they're before and after me.
Like, can I do the last attack on this one?
I'm just gonna put one down here, and then I can add that to the.
Cool.
Yeah. So you so how much damage is that? Sorry, 19.
Yeah. And then I'm
Mhm.
gonna move away.
Okay. I'm just gonna put it out to Scrimshaw as well. All right, there we go. All right, Roxanne.
Okay. I will move forward.
You're really quiet all of a sudden.
I moved my hand away. I will move forward and attack this one. Wait, reckless, great, blah, 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 blah. Does that hit? 16.
16 misses, unfortunately.
Try again. Match. This fight's probably gonna be over soon, so I'm just gonna use that inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
What's the? Is it D10?
Yeah, add a
It's a
D10.
yeah.
Does it hit now?
You're supposed to use Bardic Inspiration before you do the roll, so
Oh.
use that on your next step.
Okay.
Was it after you roll, but before you know if it succeeded or not?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't be like, does that hit? Oh no, it
Does
doesn't.
that
Okay, all
hit?
right. Yeah, that does it with the 9. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So 18, 14 is weak. Looking weak.
Okay. Well, that's my turn. I've
All right, Gideon.
Gideon will move up and use. I think I'm just gonna use Ray of Frost. I don't want to use two new spells. I don't know what's gonna happen for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna use the cantrip Ray of Frost on the one that's just south of Roxon.
All right, make attack. 13, that misses.
Okay, that's fine. I'll move forward another 5, and get ready if something goes terribly wrong next turn. But I think we're okay. So I'm gonna hold it there and end my turn.
Mm-hmm. All right. At the end of your turn, Gideon, can Morna, Scrimshaw, and Roxon make a dexterity saving throw for me, please? As the sky begins to
That's not good.
crackle with energy and a lightning bolt shoots down on you.
Oh dear.
Hey,
How How scary do the lightning bolts look?
They're lightning.
Like that. I love that. That's great.
You can either choose to evade it or wait until I tell you the damage.
I'll evade it.
Okay. Right, then in that case, Morna, Roxon. Morna and Roxon, you take 18 lightning damage.
Is 20 not a save?
Oh, 20 with
Yeah,
advantage.
because I have danger sense.
Let me actually check. No, it isn't a save.
Oh.
So that's 18 lightning damage.
9. With evasion.
What's
Yeah.
that? 29. Oh yeah. So you wait. Do you have advantage on your dexterity saves?
No, I have evasion.
Yeah. So that's okay. In that case, then you take 9 damage, and Scrimshaw, you take 9 damage as well.
Okay.
All right. Now it's the warriors. Which one's there left? This one. This one's going to attack you, Roxanne. Natural 20.
Yay.
That's 11 slashing damage, half to 5,
Okay.
and 15 necrotic damage.
Okay. So 20. It's not letting me select. Ah.
All right, Scrimshaw.
Okay, gonna fly on over, join up with Roxon. Which one did you hit? Was it the captain guy? Big man.
Big man.
Blue.
Big
blue,
man.
Big blue. Big blue.
Was it the captain that you hit?
Blue man.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
All right.
And they're all blue, but yeah.
I shall attack him.
Well, he's got a blue mark.
Yeah, I know. All right, make his attack roll, Scrimshaw.
That's
That
21.
hits. Okay, he dies. He dead.
Okay.
And you watch as a blue key falls from him.
I shall
Loot.
attack the other one. So 28 for 15 damage.
Okay, 15.
Yep.
All right.
10 slash
one
5
isn't-
necrotic, if it matters.
Yeah, it's not dead quite yet.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right, and then this one is going to dash up, and that's it. Chinook.
Right, what do I want to do here? I don't like these guys at all. I guess I can throw out a phantasmal killer on the captain guy.
Wisdom save. Natural 1.
Cool. Yeah, he takes 24 psychic damage, and it is frightened.
Immune to frighten, sadly, but it does take the damage.
Okay. At the end of each of the target's turns before the spell ends, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 damage.
Yeah, alright, you're concentrating then.
Yeah.
Okay. Mona.
I'm going to go here and punch it. There you go.
Right, so first one, 15 damage. Then the 14. Then 14. Then 17. Alright, still standing.
Okay. That's my turn.
Right, Roxanne.
Okay. Let's attack this one. Yellow one.
Alright, make your attacks.
Yes. Shall.
Oh.
Oh. Try again.
No, yeah, misses. That hits.
Yeah. Yay.
Alright, that kills him.
Hey, now
As
we
your
get
axe-
another-
Protection attack. Woo!
As your axe cleaves through him, the key drops on the floor.
Nice. And with my bonus, the extra attack I get now, I'll go for that one.
All right. You cleave through the last of the warriors, the spirit warriors, and another boom sort of shoots out of the compass. Although nothing seems to change after that. So back to normal.
I'm
Oh.
gonna go ahead and pick up this key.
Yeah, I'll pick up the yellow one. So I'm gonna be.
Is there supposed to be another one somewhere?
There should have been. I think I might have deleted it.
It's
fine.
fallen into the sea.
I'll
There's a red
go-
one here.
Okay, I'll grab the red one.
Yeah, it's just funny. Right, Roxanne, you got a blue one, and Morna, you've got a yellow one.
Cool. I assume like the locks are coloured, right?
They are.
I slot mine into the appropriate coloured one.
Okay, so as you slot the key in and lock it, you watch as the blue of the gem begins to sort of be taken over by pink, and it begins to glow. You watch as the shooting out of the water, there seems to be a whole bunch of stone pillars which slowly comes out of the water.
Ooh.
And your key has been used.
I will slot the red key in and turn it.
Oh, actually, after Chinook puts that in, let's say that's a round. Chinook, Scrimshaw, and Gideon, can you make dexterity saves for me, please?
Oh.
As lightning continues to hit you.
Well, that's going to be a failure, but I'm
A
not
dex
going to...
save.
Yeah.
I shall not continue to use my Ring of Evasion on this.
All right, so that's 21 lightning damage, Scrimshaw, and Gideon and Chinook, that's 10 lightning damage. Alphen is like, are you okay?
I'm fine. I've taken worse ones. I so like kind of air, like just kind of smoke coming off of me. I'm fine.
So, you two, quick, get over and put your keys in.
All right, you're going to put your key in, Scrimshaw.
Yes.
All right, so coming out, as you put your key in, coming out of the center of these group of pillars seems to be a large mass of stone. Some sort of temple, it seems, beginning to appear out of the water.
Roxanne, get
All right.
over here.
After Scrimshaw has put his key in, can Morna, Roxanne, and Chinook make dexterity saves, please?
Well,
Oh. Oh.
All right, so Chinook, that's 10 lightning damage. Morna, that's 10 lightning damage. Actually, with evasion, so you passed, and with evasion, say none. And Roxanne, that's 20 lightning damage.
I like to imagine that Roxanne failed his dex save because he was holding the key in the air.
Yeah.
I'm got it.
I'll put the key in.
Okay. So you put your key in, and you watch as the temple begins to shoot out the ground even more. It begins to take form in the form of some sort of maybe a ziggurat. As it begins to continue to push its way out of the water, and and now you see a door beginning to open up. Right, now can Scrimshaw, Morna, and Gideon make dexterity saves, please?
I can fail as many dex saves as you throw at me.
Right, hold on. I'm taking these off the wrong total. Sorry.
All right, so Scrimshaw, that's 29 lightning damage.
Oh, ow.
Yeah, that was a pretty good roll, that one. Morna, that's nothing. And Gideon, that's 29 lightning damage.
I'm gonna move out the way for when Roxanne does his.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like maybe
I'm
some
going
other
to-
people should. Sorry,
Wait,
not.
wait, these
Sorry,
I thought,
big man. Big
wait,
man.
I don't-
these are coming from the sky, right?
I thought they were just hitting randomly, or like in a
They
cycle.
they are hitting fairly randomly. Like,
Spread out.
I thought it was
Okay.
faced around
Here we go.
around here.
That's the key.
Okay, so you put the key in, and you watch as the door over here begins to glow with the final key. And there's this sort of like another pulse of energy that comes out of the compass. The door seems to unlock over there. We'll do everything in initiative order now. For reasons.
Okay.
Right, so Chinook.
I'm gonna start dashing on my way over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30.
They are little jumpy. They are quite wet stones.
Oh right, okay.
So can you make an athletics check to jump from stone to stone, please, or acrobatics, Joshua?
Sure, I'll make some acrobatics checks.
Okay, so the second one, you slip a little bit, but you manage to catch yourself from falling in the water.
I think that's about as far as I can go.
Okay, Mona.
Yeah, I'm gonna join Chinook. I'm gonna try and jump over them as well.
All right, same with you. Acrobatics, please. Every stone you jump across is going to be another acrobatics check.
Okay. I can get to with dashing, so that's 3 acrobatics checks.
Okay, effortlessly.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you effortlessly manage to, garner yourself there.
Cool.
Okay, Roxanne.
Okay, I will also dash in. I'll dash to the door.
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
I think you're gonna need to make 3.
Let's go for athletic. So I need to make 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
All right, so you jump over the first one, jump over the second one. But as you land on the steps leading up to the actual ziggurat itself, the seaweed that has sort of accompanied itself on the steps is really slippery, and you just slip backwards into the water.
I laugh.
And as you enter the water, it's quite strange. It feels like being underwater, obviously. The water itself feels quite warm and comforting. And as you sort of begin to sort of pull yourself back up and sort of situate yourself, like get yourself upright and see the stones, you see these 2 dark red glowing eyes in the water.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
As you see a few tentacles shifting around.
Can I get out of the water?
Well, so that was your whole movement. So you're in the water for now.
Okay. Oh.
All right, Gideon.
Gideon's gonna go over to Scrimshaw, ask politely for the carpet. And then if I can do, sorry.
He's gonna say, "Sure, hop on."
Oh. And then he's gonna hold his action to help Roxon out the water with a hand.
Okay. All right. So after you, Gideon, Roxon. Now you see slithering, very long tentacles wrapped around the individual pillars that have pushed themselves out the stone. You feel this dark rumble, this in the water beneath you. As who's near the water?
I'm pretty sure everyone's near the water.
Yeah. All right. 3 attacks. Morna, Roxon, and Chinook, you watch as Chinook and Morna, you watch as the tentacle shoots out of the water and just lashes at you, whilst Roxon, you notice that it goes straight for you in the water.
Okay.
So I have advantage on you in the water. It's 27 to hit, Roxon.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay. Your rage has expired now.
Okay.
So that's 18 bludgeoning damage.
Doesn't your rage not end early at this point, unless you choose to
Oh, is
end
it?
it?
No,
Do you not have persistent rage yet?
I do have persistent.
Oh, right.
So it would
was
last the full minute.
Oh, hold on. Hang on, let's have a look.
I
What
do
level is
have
it?
I think it's 15, isn't it?
I do have it.
Okay, you do have it. Right. So what does that do? That means your rage won't.
Your rage so fierce that it ends early only if you fail fall unconscious.
Okay, fine, sure. Take back 9 damage then. Yeah, get 9 damage back, and you're grappled as it wraps itself around you. Okay. Sorry, hang on. And then Chinook and Morna. This is the last thing I'm going to do today. So, the tentacles come out. 22 to hit you, Morna.
Oh, that just hits.
21 bludgeoning damage. And you're grappled. And 33 to hit you, Chinook.
No, that doesn't hit. Yeah, that hits.
That's 23 bludgeoning damage. And you're grappled as well. So the last thing that we'll leave off tonight with is that, yeah, as you've jumped onto this thing, these tentacles have grabbed themselves up, and you've all been grabbed by them. And we'll see if you get pulled into the water next time, I guess.
What could go wrong?
Just
Next
had
time
to fall
on
into the
Ukraine.
water.
We don't need things to help us breathe in the water and swim underwater. We'll be fine without them. The Feywild water's different.
I said I didn't really know, but we might not.
It's like, I don't know, therefore let's not bother.
All right, do you want to end the
Alright.
stream with
Let's not bother.
Alright, see you next week, Russian spammers.
Goodbye from us, the Ukrainians.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Alright, see ya.
goodbye.